Greetings, everybody. You're now tuned into my podcast, Difficult People Chronicles. I'm Seriously Focused Johnnie, SF Johnnie. Today's episode is the message, Who the Cat Fits. I feel like when I say this title, I need to sing the song because it's by Bob Marley. Anyway, I want you all to go listen to the song, Bob Marley's song, Who the Cat Fits. And don't just sit around and sing it, and sing it like I was doing at first. Because even though the song kept coming to me, I kept singing, and replaying. I was like, I'm missing the message. Missing the message because I'm singing it. With the message that came to me, I highlighted was verse 3 and 4, and it's right after the first chorus. So it starts with some will hate you and pretend they love you, and it ends with a lot of people would run away. So when this song came to me, and it was just those two verses, the only thing that kept coming in my mind was old enemy. Old enemy. This could be someone who is still around a person, or this person went away, like they disappeared. It could be that they moved into another department, went to another job, or somebody in the family you haven't seen in years. So I met up with a friend, and I never told my friend about the song, nothing that came to me. She and I are in tune when it comes to spirituality. So we were chit chatting about a situation. And like I said, I am so honest, I did not tell her about the song. All of a sudden, she started reciting the song, but she made it seem like it was a quote and not singing the song like she was singing lyrics. So she just said, Who the cat fits, let them wear it. Like that. I was just cracking up, and I started laughing. The situation we was talking about it was just random topics, like people doing so much nowadays, and then they try to walk back in your life. All of a sudden, they making it seem, no, they're happy if you have forgotten what they did. When they not trying to apologize or nothing. So that was basically what she was saying. I said that's funny because I told her, like, the last few days this song has been on my mind heavily. And before meeting up with her, I was driving on the highway, and I said to myself, let me put this song on. And I put the song on repeat, literally. Why? Because the first, I would say, I was driving for like maybe 45 minutes to an hour. So the first 5 times that I played the song, I was just singing it, blasting it, and driving. Not even absorbing the words, not even trying to, yeah, didn't work. And then I said, you know what? I need to listen to the lyrics before I get home. At least all of it, and see what's what. I listened to the whole thing, and the 2 verses that stood out to me was verse 3 and 4. Then when I got home and went to sleep and woke up the next day and was taking a shower, the message started coming to me, clear as day. So it was real crazy. So when she did that, I was just like, I was shocked. And I went and I got my notes. And I told her basically that there are people smiling in someone's face and they pretending. And I explained to my friend, I was like, one thing I can't do is pretend. I was told a long time ago to pretend in order to get out of certain situations, because I was always getting in trouble for telling the truth. Every time I spoke the truth, I was in trouble. And it was by a narcissist who's still a narcissist up to this day. And I realized that even though I pretended when I was younger, and it got me out of trouble. It got me out of trouble in a worldly sense, but spiritually, I was bothered. Like, spiritually, I was agitated. It's like I was itching to not pretend. I needed to be myself. I needed to be myself, and I needed to just say whatever, and whatever happens, happens. So pretending for me doesn't work with my spirituality. It just, not like, yeah. Some people, it works for them. If it works for them, so be it. I don't know. When it comes to me and being spiritual, I have to be true to myself. And that's what I tell a lot of my clients and everybody else. You got to be true to yourself. Yeah, you cannot be pretending. So in that situation, how did I fix it? I fixed it by saying nothing at all. And I learned that from my mother. To say whatever's going on is not my problem. Like, people will come, and this is how I would get in trouble. People, or that particular narcissist, will come and ask me for my opinion of them or a situation. Me being honest, they couldn't handle my honest feedback. I said it with love and kindness. I said it in a respectful manner, but they couldn't handle it. Why? Because they're all about control. They wanted me to say exactly what they wanted to hear. And I'm not about that. I can't. Like, it bothers me just to pretend. I feel like something is stirring inside of me, and then it's just like, yeah, I get agitated with myself. So I couldn't do it. And that's why I used to always get in trouble. People used to watch me get in trouble. I would stand there, something would go down, and this person deliberately, it was just so annoying. Like, they would say something like, am I not a nice person? And I would say something like, technically, you blow whichever way the wind blows you on certain days. They didn't like that. It was them turning around, doing things. Not cool. Anyway, what I want to say to you all is, be yourself and turn on your radar. These people who are hypocrites are coming around because they want something from you. They need to feed off of you, whatever that is. Ideas, maybe a position to take them to the next level. They need something from you. Be careful, because these people are going to try to get where they want to be. And when they're done with you, just like how the devil is, when the devil is done with people, he will kick them down. These people are the same way, no different. Now, remember, I said some time ago that whatever God tries to do, Satan tries to emulate. I felt something. Hold on. So, whatever God tries to do, Satan tries to emulate. So, for some, there might be two groups involved. One is right, one is wrong. Open your mind and think outside the box. It could be teams on a job. It could be groups in a church. It could be groups in your family where there's division. One side of family don't talk to the other side of the family. It could be groups of friends. It could be if you go to a sporting event and you participating in something like a race. It could be two groups. Open your mind. Just remember that. The part where Bob Marley says, but who Jah bless, no one can curse. Believe that. God is going to bless you regardless. So whatever the fakes try to do, God is going to bless you regardless. But the part is, you got to pray. One of the things I don't want people to always think is that you don't have to do nothing and God will just save you. No, you got to go to him and pray. He needs to know that you need him. Yeah. The part where in the song where it says hypocrites and parasites and a lot of people will run away, well, they're going to try you, but when they see your light, they will scatter. Another thing is through exposure, they will scatter, meaning that if they know that there's a possibility that people will know exactly who they are, what they did, or what they're about to do, they're going to cut out. Yep. They do not want people to know who they are, like I said, or what they've done, or what they're about to do. So something crazy, off the hook, bad is about to go down. But what's going to happen is that you are going to pray. Whoever this is for, you're going to pray ahead of time. As soon as you listen to this podcast, you're going to get to your knees and pray and say, whatever group that X, Y, and Z, yada, 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 you're going to pray. And whatever happens is going to work out in your favor. Meaning, maybe this group tries to get you fired. Just giving an example. God forbid. You pray, and either you keep your job and they get fired, or let's just say the day that they fire you, they lose everything, and God excels you in another job, in another position where you don't even apply for the job, but that job calls you back, that fired you, because they know that what they did was trifling. and you get put in another job. I mean, not another job, another position at the same job. And those same group people or whoever get fired. Or they try to fire you, they don't succeed, and they get held down for judgment. And it is at a point they reflect on their wrong, but they can never make it right because God is disappointed in them. So things for them go downhill after all of that. And you become a witness to see them go downhill. And the only thing you can do is shake your head. Now, let me tell you what my friend said. So my friend said a lot of people out there did dirty, that they want people to forget what they did. And they try to come back like you should forget what they did. They want to hide their wrongs, whatever nonsense, garbage, foolishness they did. And they afraid that people will know what they did. And I looked at my friend and I said, I could agree with that, because that's part of what came to me. Now, this is the part that my friend added. She said, they not ready. They not ready to be forgiven, because what she said is, I'm quite sure they never asked for forgiveness, but they think that whoever this is for has temporary amnesia. And that person is going to forget as soon as they step in front of them. Well, let me tell you something. That person or a group, and it's an enemy in a group. So everyone is not an enemy, but they believe the lies and they followers. They will be real pissed that you remember, even if they try to play and pretend like they change. Stay away from them. Stay away from them. Because I feel like that's what's going to happen. I feel like this person going to act like they're going to act like they forgot. They want you to act like you got temporary amnesia. Like it wasn't them. It didn't happen. And then when they leave, you could remember it, but they don't care as long as you don't bring it up. Now, let me be clear. Bringing up an old situation makes people or even a group that did somebody dirty uncomfortable, especially if it wasn't dealt with in a proper manner. This enemy in the group, though, they never went to God for forgiveness of their sins. And that's what my friend was saying. And the group is just trying to sweep it under the rug, basically. And they want you to forget as soon as they step in front of you. They will act like y'all are the best of friends, chummy, hugs, kisses, and let's hang out type thing. But the moment you say, remember when you did X, Y, and Z and such and such and such, and we putting that all past us, their face will change real quick, because they don't want nobody to remember that. Stay away from them. Whomever comes in front of you, ask God to expose them. Whatever groups want to work with you, ask God to expose every last one of them. The crazy thing is that people who don't like me, and I'm going to say this, they will come to me and ask me for my opinion. I could be by myself minding my own type of business, and they will sneak or find some kind of way to get in front of me. And they'll say, Johnnie, what do you think about such and such and such? And it's like, what do you care what I think? You don't even like me. And then if I say that, they get upset. Then it's just like another added drama that I'm about to deal with, But I don't understand. You have 50 million people around you that you call your friends, that you laugh with, that you gossip with, that you talk trash about other people with, and you can't ask one of those fools about how you look or about whatever decision you made. Why are you asking me? You don't like me. Feelings is mutual, but that's how some people are, because they know you're going to tell them the truth. And then when you tell them the truth, then they get mad anyway. So it's like a two-edged sword. You tell them the truth, they get mad. You don't tell them the truth, they get mad. Let them just go mad and run mad. You know what I'm saying? Let them run mad and go mad, whatever it looks like. Because people are strange. It's that spirit inside of them. And once I learned to do what my mother said, I just don't give no type of feedback. I learn more now saying, like, if there's, I used to always be the one to find out information. So if someone asks me something, I say, I'm going to go look it up. I don't even do that anymore. I just be like, I don't know. I don't know. And then the narcissist will say something like, I'm not wasting my time nor my energy. I don't know. I'm not trying to figure it out. Even people in the family, can't stand you, but they want your opinion. Can't stand you, but they want to lay their problems on your lap. Can't stand you, but they want to use you for a reference. And they know that your name holds weight in spite of how they feel about you. That's why they need you. You got to know when to cut that cord. Go to God. He'll tell you who is who. And like I say all the time, don't be surprised by what God shows you. Because trust and believe. When I was telling my friend about the day I went to God and I said, God, show me my enemies. And I said to her, I can't tell you. It was like a picture I never seen before. And the person stood in front of me and started telling me everything, how they felt about me. It was strange. And it's like they was speed talking. It was like, I hate you. I can't stand you. I never liked you before. And such and such. And it just went on and on and on. And I started to interrupt them like, go what? Go off. But then I just sat there and I listened and I said, oh shoot. And I was like blinking my eyes like, is this a movie? And then when they finished, their whole personality changed. And then they said, what are you doing for lunch? It was just like, what? And then I said, yo, that's the spirit in them. It caught me so off guard. I had to go in my office and close the door and just sit by myself for a minute and just pray. Because at first I was afraid. I was just like, what is that? Like, what was that? That's like, and I'm going to tell you, that's like I'm going to give you an example. A kid come in front of you and God forbid was messing with somebody else's child, like bullying them. And you say to the child, what did you do? And in the beginning, the child says nothing. And then for some strange reason, they take a deep breath and they just start speed talking. And they're like, I pushed the kid down and my intentions was to stab him and bash his head in with a rock, but I couldn't. And because he kept getting up, so I pushed him and I pushed him and I pushed him. And then they stop and then something happens to their body, like they just calm down and they just look at you innocent. And then they say, that was my best friend. I never meant to do anything. Honest. And then you just like, oh shoot, who is this? Where this kid come from? Like, what's wrong with this kid? That's that spirit. Demonic. Yep, that's that spirit. And then I said, when the situation happened to me, back to my situation, I said, that's God. That is God. God was showing me exactly what I asked. My enemy. I locked myself in my office. I prayed for like a whole hour. And I just thanked him and I was just like, God, say no more. I don't want nothing to do with that person no more. I'm good. Yep. So ask God to expose your enemies. Trust and believe. Because like what happened to me, what God will do is he'll start exposing them one by one. He'll even show you the good-hearted people from the evil ones. And the crazy thing is that every morning I wake up and I jump in the shower or I'm into doing something, that song is coming up. So there might be a part 2. I don't know yet. But yeah, that song is very, very heavy. For the rest, once you go to God in prayer and ask God to expose who these group of people are, for the rest, sign up for a session because You don't want the hypocrite to know your next move. And you might have to really do some praying because you don't know what these people are up to. So that's it for today. Sign up for a session. Go to my website, seriouslyfocusedjohnnie.com. Check me out on YouTube. Like, subscribe, click the notification. Downloadable document is on my website. Get your copy and check out my store. All the links is underneath. Love me more and I love you more. Later.